Hi, Christopher. I have to tell you something because I might have messed up something. Oh, just a moment. I had that idea to call the mayor of Hamburg, and I did. But I spoke to his secretary. Oh, how are you? See, what I had in mind was just a party for all kinds of people. That could celebrate by a public viewing and wave to you and thank you like this, And that secretary didn't quite comprehend what I meant. And I told her, he. Everything I knew about the Aurora, where she came from, people could exactly these are the moments where those actions bring hope and joy, and people work together, and especially during times like these. And the entire story is so wonderful. Their families, they all remember moments like that. And I'm doing my part and tell them. So I said everything I need to do right now is at least get my foot into the door, so to speak. And I was seen here by people, and they asked me, "What are you doing there?" "I'm calling the mayor of Hamburg." "What?" So I'm calling the mayor of Hamburg. So please, what do you mind? Why? Because I want to talk to him. You don't really think that you would get him to talk to you? I will never know if you don't try. And most people, I know that they have secretaries and an office, and nobody will be directly. Most of the time, I meant, they don't get to talk to the mayor. They're just as busy as other people. But he got me all wrong. I didn't. I told him that you found her in the United States of America. I mean, even the way how I said that, I must have told him, allies, party, just for the people, an apple per people, a person. That's a pretty good idea. No, and I said, that's what I thought. No politics whatsoever. That should be just for the people. Because they are going through some rough times lately, which means a couple of years. And then that secretary, he seems to be nice, gave me a couple of hints, and all of a sudden he said, well, if he wants to do it, he may restore it. That's absolutely normal. And I said, yeah, I know. Yes, but the town of Hamburg is not the place you should call if it comes to a ship. I said, what? That's the Wappen von Hamburg, found in America, just about to say bye-bye for good. And they managed to do that with the help of their friends. And he's the owner. I gave him your name. Well, but we cannot pay for that. That's what I said. I never said something about that. I never mentioned money. I said people have every right to get a moment when they can breathe in, exhale, inhale, and they did that back then. And I would have brought somebody in there, because the mayor of Hamburg back then, in 1955, is the uncle of a painter I know. But that is a bit eccentric, what he wants to reach. He wanted to sell all his paintings of half of the price and wanted to do something good, and that was it. He never called me back when I said, well, 3 times I was sitting on hot coals, so to speak. How many times did I say that now? I didn't mean to harm you. And I need a manager already. And because there popped up a couple of questions. Even if I gathered people around, they might eat an apple, but do have anyway. I thought I wanted to be paid to do a friend and a bunch of others a favor. He gave me two addresses. One is a museum already, and then, well, that ship can be here, and as soon as she's at the port, well, the stuff can be taught. I mean, there are people who are taking care of old ships. I said, what? Because I know that harbor. It's a beautiful harbor, and it's a great place. But a museum ship and a floating hotel, and one that you can hire to have parties in there, or people could study in there and then have a place to sleep. All those were brilliant ideas, and he reduced it to the money. I bet lots of people call them, and that's what they want. And now he asked me I should to send him links. Write everything down, send him a mail, and that's it. But I know what happens when I am not there and can directly give them a piece of my mind, a smile and a wink, and no wink. Because I don't know, he feels the gravity of all that. The power. Because you had that idea. You were the one who had that intuition and empathy and cleverness. And so did all the other ones. And still do. And all I said, no, I don't think he will sell that ship. Well, then I give you some other addresses, and maybe they are the ones you could contact. And I said, yes, I will, but actually I'm very surprised, because Blum and Voss, the city of Hamburg, and that ship, the first one ever to be built after World War II, took people to have on a cruise so they could feel great, and they really needed that. And every now and again there's a moment in time where people are just divided, and you have to simply let them enjoy something. Nothing but that. There's a song that I could sing, even, see, it has to be done by somebody who's able to imitate the accent and the dialect. And we could follow that way by a camera. Nowadays, that's a kind of air bridge that proves what I knew all the way. She's a pearl, and she doesn't need to be hidden behind a giant cruise ship that would fit an entire town, I mean, of maybe a couple of thousand people. That's not style, that's stupid. Especially because I was told that I need to send you that. I'm terribly sorry if I have an idea like that in the future. I'll let you know before I do something. I wanted to tell you because that causes I have bad feelings and feel guilty about that. Although I just wanted to do something good. But all that stuff that comes along with it, I never had to do that so far. But she is nothing that I would toss to the wolves, although they have the money. Unless somebody has an idea of how to do it. What did they expect? I mean, that we would hire maybe a plane and then toss her, and then I mean, she would have to go over Russian territory, maybe. Forget it, because all those oligarchs prefer to go to the same people. Also, I mean, Blum and Voss with his ancient, and then we need sponsors, and I will, if you want me to, collect the data. And I want you in every talk show there is. How do I reach John Oliver? Would you mind if I manage to even invite Kamala Harris? Or is that too political? Just for a casual, hey, do you want to eat some potato salad too? I'll even pay for them, because I cannot bring products like that into the country. I completely forgot about the rules when people fly. We get to fill out a form, and one of those questions would be, do you happen to bring like something like flowers, bushes, trees, everything like that into the country? No. Are you with the mafia? Blah, 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 all those things. And I will definitely freak out. I also already did, but the British Airways were great. I could pay for a round trip, and I'll make it up. Somehow. I can stand up again. And all of a sudden I'm afraid to do that because I feel so guilty. Yes, but I never quit. When I promise something, I will. Not quit. The resurrection stuff is pretty hard sometimes, but I mean, the reward is something else. So I felt guilty and wanted to tell you. Oh, yes, something else. Where do I have to send the money? Is that a PayPal thing? Or how do people usually do that? Because, as I said, no, you didn't even receive that one. I can't, it doubled. Yes. You're a pretty clever businessman. What was it again? You invented software? I mean, well, and that you had to do with that? That means that I could reach people over the net. Streamers. And they see that stuff will not be treated adequately, they might be on my side. I just don't want to crawl around, and even I have some dignity. But I would do everything I could. Being able to walk a little more would be great, and I'm doing that. I just want you not to think that I try to toss everything together on purpose, and then wait what comes out of there. I know, and at the last sentences were that we shared. I mean, he wanted me to mail him. I know exactly where mails end. Another great title for a game. All those gamers, they like you your priority is your wonderful woman there. Are you married yet? Because I wouldn't want to miss that for the world. Do you mind the Secret Service? If I'm but somebody like John Oliver may be busy. I want you to be there and be able to tell that story. You do that best. And all the other ones are proof. They just have to be shown. And parts of movies and the difference from the condition, how you found her. And couldn't something about her was brilliant. And my friends brought me there. So, I'm a member of that. Because I'm enthusiastic, right. That's what I can toss into that. Enthusiasm and determination and being happy. I need to get to know all those wonderful women and men. And finally, oh yes, save some rust. We can sell that in a souvenir store. Behind glass. The day will come. I want to be there. When you film something about her being able to not being towed in or another place, but in all her beauty. I saw that TV show. It sounds romantic. In blueberry fields. I'm watching raspberry fields. And there are so many apple trees, but I cannot bring them along, I suppose. But that's something I can find out. I take care of the data. Because there are people who invest in kind of museum. All of that is over there too. It would just be not very stylish and she would get lost about. They just spent a bunch of money, several millions on building. It's called Peking. Aurora shouldn't have to face that. She has to be there. A German would say, sie strahlt für sich. And she beams all by herself and doesn't need dozens of ships around. And I think the Americans would appreciate that. Every man and woman, no matter where they come from, can work together and reach something. That's the message. And I think that Germany and America together, isn't that worth to be reported? Or at least brought to somebody else's conscious? I mean, they should be able to hear it and be proud. Well, I'll try to send you that. I put it on your side because... On mine. I just put your name on it, but nobody else could see that so many people with passion are taking care of the thing already. Everything that has to be gone to make us shine. It could be, I mean, we could have a party old school salads and something nice to drink. Invite some people from TV and enthusiasts, and they can. I don't know how that usually happens. And that man, I think it's a wonderful person. What's his name again? Nico? Who has that giant collection? All behind great wood, and who collects that? That's somebody I would like to meet. Because it really knows a lot about that. Impressive. And you'll be the proud owner. I'm so happy about that. But I had to get that off my chest, and I promise I don't do it that obvious again. Because I made... Anyway, can you promise just one thing, maybe? Maybe, what is it? Go on that side. The Aurora Restoration Project. And then see for yourself. I don't need to send you links there. You go to YouTube and that's all you have to do. Could you do that, please? He said yes. I just wanted... Yes, here you reap what you sow. And... Yeah. Now I just have to get this to you. I don't want to block your YouTube channel. You can toss it out if you want. Tell everybody I said hi. That I'm so very proud of them to be a part of that. Even if this seems to be hard to understand, it's a disease. I just can't think about too many things at the same time. Great. I told that doctor. Couldn't you have told me that when I was 14 years old? Did you have to wait all those years? Decades? I don't care anymore. Stuff like that gets only in the way. But I don't want to be in the way. I want to do something about it. Thank you. And don't forget to tell me how you normally get donations. Maybe I'll take that way then. That would be great. Bye. And good night. Wherever you are. And probably... I would like to see that. And that couldn't hurt my acting career. Okay, it was mainly stage. But... because I'm a muse. Sometimes it works. And this definitely works. It's somebody could, with the right antenna, could feel it. I mean, that's nothing not worth being stopping for and saying, wait a second. That is destiny. Because sometimes if destiny waves, I'm here. Take a look. Where? That would mean a lot more. Some people just waste their chances. And I'm not going to waste all of yours. Mine? No. I won't waste them either. That's no waste, it's a pleasure.